sort of an idea on our minds that we wanted to do, and specifically kind of I have been talking about this idea since launch of, okay, when it's time, like this is the right kind of thing. It's a different archetype. It sets the tone. It's very throwback. We talked about, as we were revealing the professions, them getting newer and newer and working towards, like the engineer, which is sort of the most forward-thinking, and the Revenant is sort of like the most flashback. He has all these characters from the original game. He has the energy mechanic from the original game. So there's just a lot
similar to it.
Yes, yes, as Roy said, similar. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. All right, here you go, Roy. Tell me if I run off a cliff.
Oh God.
I got to get it. So
there's some creatures right in front of you.
Okay.
You do have a hammer you can throw at them.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know.
So Roy can kind of start giving off the hammer stuff.
All right. So
hopefully I'm fighting something.
You're on hammer now. I'm like trying to see your skills. Okay. So hammer 1 is we've seen this in text earlier this week.
I'm gonna switch to Jealous.
You can't switch yet.
Oh,
it's on cooldown.
You can't switch yet.
You're doing better than you think.
Hang on. How am I doing?
Pretty good. I mean, you're hitting it.
Did I just put up the wall, or did I just do up my hammer?
You put up the wall.
Okay, good. So am I fighting?
You're barely in range.
Mordred Breacher.
Yeah.
Let me get in there.
Okay, so as you can see, John's using the hammer. The first attack, we made hammer into a ranged weapon. As you can see, he's throwing it at the creature. We want to go a different route with the Revenant's ranged weapon because we want to feel more physical and more like brute style, since he's kind of like a brawler, fighter, dark magic user. We thought hammer was a good use, kind of like we used great sword for Mesmer as a ranged weapon. As you can see, the number 1 skill throws the hammer forward. It pierces and damages enemies in a line. This weapon's really all about keeping people at range. The second skill is a cascade skill, which we have new technology for. It's basically an attack that does subsequent attacks going out from the character or towards the character in a line. John, you're hitting a wall now.
Well, I'm blindfolded.
Josh is like over here losing it.
All right.
Okay, take off the blindfold.
Did I kill it?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, good. Nice.
You killed it dead.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so use the 2 skill where you actually have range to see it.
Let's go. I'm going to go down. Here's some allies.
You
right,
can't
look at
attack
these trolls right here. Trolls.
The trolls are about to get owned.
Besides me, other real
So as you
in-game
can
trolls.
see, the attack goes out. Each section of the attack does more damage the farther away you are. So you basically want to edge out your range and keep them at further range. That 3 skill that I used actually uses new camera tech that we added, which detaches the camera from your character while you perform the attack, so you can see your character do this epic moment thing. If you use the 3 skill
Here we
again.
go. All right, so you can see range, ground target. I'm going to leap. Boom.
You leap out at the area, damage, and chill enemies, so it's kind of like a ranged snare, but it feels way more physical to fit the style of the hammer. Like, we didn't want to just like have another throwing the hammer, so we were like, what's a cool way to do this? And the new technology allowed us to do this awesome thing. It's also used elsewhere, which you guys will see at some point in the future. The 4 skill, Field of the Mist, is a wall that you can summon in front of your character with the hammer. It's a mist wall that blocks projectiles and is a dark field, which combos really well with the 1 skill, which is 100% projectile finisher. So you get the life steal and things like that.
So you're suggesting, Roy, that I should use the wall?
Yeah.
All right, here's the wall.
This is one we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, this is a new skill we haven't talked about, as Ruby was saying.
Yeah, combo fields, too.
It also follows your character. So we have spells that are attached to the character now. So if you use it again, John, and walk around, you can see how the wall will always stay in front of the character.
And it's directional, so you can see, like, if there's guys behind me, I don't actually block them. I have to turn it around.
Yeah, so there's a lot more play than just putting a 360 bubble around someone. You can actually position yourself to attack them. It also requires positioning from the Revenant to utilize it as well. And the 5 skill, which is just awesome, you drop a huge hammer from the sky.
Literally here. Drop the hammer.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm going to drop it right on us.
These look fantastic.
Yeah. Basically, it does huge damage, knocks down. Another way to keep someone at range. Like, hammer is about preemptively doing control through, like, the 3 skill and the 5 skill to keep people at range, maximize your damage.
Yeah, this is the mouse overs for the screen cap people. I did it too fast, too slow. Next time it's going to be
We'll
super
make sure
fast.
it's
So
mouse
like,
over all of them.
print screen those really
And
fast.
just like fling your mouse across it.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
Well,
it.
they'll be able to pause it later.
Yeah, pause that later. You got them all.
Well,
Okay, so Field of Mists sounded pretty cool while we were talking about it earlier this week, but seeing it when John had it, and when you're turning and that it's positional, you actually do have to pay attention to the battlefield, and it's not just like, hey, let your cat walk across the keyboard and you're set. The wall's there, and you just stand behind it and bang on the one key.
Yeah, with a lot of the skills, we're trying to introduce a lot more play. So it feels bad when there's something that is hard to counter, but if there's more play in the skills, we can make them more powerful when you do the thing correctly. Plus, make it feel more rewarding. And for the other players playing against it, you can also feel rewarding when you play correctly against it to take advantage against that player.
Yeah, I'm gonna love seeing what counters come up against this.
Yeah. John, you want to talk about energy?
Yeah, so you can see where my mouse is waving back and forth. There's an energy bar. I am currently in dwarf stance, so my energy is all blue and glowy. It shows what my percentage is. It's full. This is my pips of regen. And if I use a skill, any skill, like here, I'll drop the hammer. That costs energy, and then it starts refilling. And so basically, as you're using weapon skills, you start losing energy. And,
weapon skills and legend skills both cost energy. Weapon skills are pretty low in general. Legend skills are higher.
As I start to use my legend skills, so here I'll show you, Ruby's beautiful chain. Inspiration, obviously, for the skill I'm about to show you, which is the Jalis taunt
We're going to
skill.
retcon this entire thing.
He just died.
Yes.
I didn't get to see the chain. Hang on. All right, well, good news
again,
is
do
it
it
was
again.
just cost energy and not cooldown, so let me just throw another chain. Bam. Oh, I missed him. All right, I'm terrible.
All right.
I'm going to go
if
find
the
something
guy
to throw
who
the chain
made
on
it
now.
is bad.
Yeah, no.
It's okay.
We'll throw the chain, but basically, yeah, there's this forced engagement skill costs 50 energy, so
Yeah,
it's
since
half
it's a
of your
really
bar.
strong skill.
As you can see, actually, since we're talking about energy, I'm out of combat. When you're out of combat, it resets back to 50%.
Yeah. When you swap
When
to
you
a
swap
legend,
legends, it goes to 50%. Let me show off that awesome legend swap.
Ooh.
you should swap back. Yeah, we have the ability to play effects on the UI now, so you can see effects artists made some awesome new UI to help you really feel like you're the legend when you're
That's
in there.
my audio for it, not the real audio. Sorry about that.
Every time you switch, John will come to your house,
Yeah.
lean in the window, and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta record that for some audio.
Man,
Yeah,
nobody's
so-
gonna
Take
play
you to the
Revenant
sound
now.
booth.
So yeah, this I'll kind of mouse over these for you real quick too. Okay, there you go. And so everyone can kind of get to see.
Yeah. So as you
So
can
there
see,
you go. There's the chain.
And this is one of the new skills that also uses taunt, which we mentioned in the blog article.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
you want to
slow.
go over
And slow.
And slow.
Yeah, which is sort of a opposite of quickness. It'll make enemies' actions slower.
Yeah, it's
The opposite of quick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Slow is the opposite of quick.
and as a nifty little
this is a
turtle
special
icon.
English tip for everyone listening.
Yeah.
Today on
Taunt
Points of
basically-
Interest, near and far.
Taunt basically forces your character or the enemy that you taunt to attack your character and come towards you as well.
Yep.
It's a new form of CC that we have in the game. As you can see, it's running towards John because he has aggro and is taunted. He's the only player, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this case.
Which
but-
is why I'm going to keep doing it. All right. Yeah.
But if it was
love that.
attacking someone else, it would force the mob to run at John, attack him until the taunt was over.
Yeah. So
basically.
you can see. Let's talk about some of the other ones. There's we talked about this a lot about vengeful hammers. This one
It's
just
pretty
shows so
amazing.
well in video, so I'm just gonna.
It's also
move
an
them.
upkeep skill.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
So
this
yeah, there
one.
you go. So this is now because I'm upkeeping this. I've actually not just at. It shows you where. You can just turn them off to release them.
So an upkeep
this
skill, you can,
-7 is the upkeep. Yeah.
yeah, you can keep it up indefinitely as long as you have the energy to upkeep it, or you can toggle it off at any time. As you can see, it's just slowly draining down his energy.
So I'm
it
gonna
creates
go-
this pressure because all your other skills use energy as well.
So the thing with energy, and I think other Guild Wars 1 players will appreciate this, I mained an Ellie in Guild Wars 1 all of my years in Guild Wars 1.
Yeah.
And I realized the hard way when I started playing around with the Revenant, I had forgotten about energy management.
Yeah.
And it hurts if you don't pay attention, it hurts bad if you don't. So I like that there's a learning curve here, and you can't just start banging keys.
And actually, I'm about to run out here. I'm at 20.
Because this is what will happen. John, thank you for thoughtfully providing an example as I was
Here we
talking
go.
about this.
Boom.
And when you see when he runs out, the hammers will end afterwards.
Yeah,
because
you have to
energy
pay
keep 'em
attention.
up. Energy allows us to have this push and pull mechanic with each legend that really feels like you're invoking the power of the legend. As you build up the energy, you can use these powerful skills, but then you expend that energy, which basically gates your usage of their powerful attacks. So it's a cool tie-in to your legend. It's tied to the specific legend that you currently have active.
Pay no attention to the giant, colossal vine about to smash through this area.
It's all good. There's
pretty
nothing.
nice.
There's nothing here.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, but it keeps it from being just this endless, massive, overpowered. Oh yeah, I can just keep using these skills.
Yeah, you will run out pretty quickly if you spam all your skills. So there's energy management. It's a cool thing because you can
So I've
use
heard.
your character just naturally and play pretty effectively. But if you really want to maximize your efficiency, you have to pay attention to your energy and your upkeep.
Yeah, so just so that you're not confused by everything that's going on, where I'm playing in some area that you guys, or anyone
Everything's
that's there, will
exploding.
be able to play in the demo.
Yeah.
This is part of Heart of Thorns. This is one of our maps. You can see that giant vine is actually up here now, and it's shooting stuff down at us. So, just to give you an idea.
Why don't you show them the 9 skill?
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
bar?
Yeah, you mean V. I use
Oh,
hotkeys
whatever.
for it. So,
Yeah. I just
She's
keyboard
right.
turn, John.
yeah.
I click everything. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
a clicker.
No.
So, I guess we just let the stabby cat out of the bag because someone's going to screenshot this, so we might as well tell them, Roy, that we are making some changes to stability.
Oh, yeah.
And since it's screenshotted anyway by someone right now, we might as well tell them. how it
Sure,
works.
it's coming out sooner than you may think. Basically, stability is changing to stacking from duration. So it'll no longer stack indefinitely. Well, I mean, it'll no longer stack duration and prevent all CCs on the character. It'll be more similar to blind, where each stack will prevent 1 CC, so you won't be able to blanket cover all control on the character.
Yep. And that is shown off really well in this inspiring reinforcement skill. It's a angle. This is another thing that we haven't done before. I think you probably saw some of these if you played the original GW2 beta, because we tried to get them to work but couldn't, and now they are working. They're the ground targeted that are in a direction, sort of skill shots.
Yeah.
So you can lay
Similar
this
to
thing
you
down,
see
love
in
this one.
MOBAs
drop
and
the
stuff
road
like that.
on people, as I like to call it, and then once it's out there, you can stand in it, and you can see my stability. I've got 5 stacks that get built up.
Yeah, when the road forms, it does damage and weakens foes to make you kind of more tanky and create this protective area. Then after it's formed, it pulses stability, so you and your allies can stand in it.
Boom, there's the damage.
It's also a lightning field, so you can blast finisher
Oh,
for
yeah.
swiftness, or use your hammer 1 to apply volume to enemies.
Yeah, there you go. Here it comes.
Use 3 as well. Oh, missed opportunity.
Yeah. I'm a amateur, so.
Yeah.
So
You only
that's
built
it. And then
this.
obviously let's talk about the last Chalice skill. Actually, we didn't talk about Soothing Stone, which is his heal skill. I'll use it now because it removes condies and I've got a bunch on me. So the final Chalice skill is the Rite of the Great Dwarf. This is channel to give you and your allies. I'm going to die, so I'm going to move.
You still might die.
Yes, I'm going to die.
I-
But, you know, this will be our opportunity to show. Oh, I rallied.
You rallied.
I was going to say this is our opportunity to show off the
You're
down
too
skills.
good, John.
Yeah.
Too
I
good.
choose to believe that you are doing all of this deliberately to provide real-time
Excitement.
examples
It's excitement.
and excitement.
And look, I'm low on health. I should use Rite of the Great Dwarf. This will give me a lot of armor.
Maybe get out of
Yeah.
that circle.
I got
So
out of it.
basically, using the
Look at you.
skill is an AoE ally protection skill. It gives you and your allies reduced
really cool
incoming
looking, too.
damage. It turns you all to stone.
See what
It's
the
pretty
all
sweet.
stony.
Yeah. So it's an AoE buff for your allies to basically reinforce the tanky brawler feel of Chalice. Chalice is all about being in your face, in the midst of the battle, and it's definitely the more tanky legend, as you can tell by having taunt and damage reduction, things like that. Why don't you swap over to Malik?
All right, let's do Malik's. But you know, when I switch over to Malik's too, I'm going to go hide in a corner and switch to the other weapon.
Yeah.
So we can talk about
See
that
the
one
mace
with
and the
Mace,
axe.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
Those have some of my favorite skills on there.
Yes. Okay. Also, for those who want to like screenshot it, this is a new hammer model and it's awesome. Here, hey, look at that thing. You're gonna want that, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and same thing with this awesome mace and axe. These are new, and they're really cool looking. I think for those you gotta really like get into combat and see them. But yeah.
Also, a question from chat about stability. All the current abilities that have stab will be rebalanced to give different stack amounts and different durations. Like we went through and decided, should the skill be like multiple stacks but like less duration, so it's like burst CC immunity basically, or should it be more over time so it stacks stuff? It just is a skill by skill basis that we decide. It'll probably need some tweaking once it's more in a live environment, but we think overall it'll be a better system because just like blanket immunity without ways to remove it besides boon removal feels kind of bad when it prevents every CC in the game.
Yeah, so now basically if you get like 2 or 3 stacks of it, people can use some CCs to break them off. So
yeah, so you can actually coordinate spike CC on the player to still go through it as another option.
Yeah. So let's talk about Mace real quick.
Sure.
We talked about the combo already in some of our stuff, but here it is. There's 2 torment attacks and then a poison attack.
Yeah, the poison attack actually chains between your enemies. So these 2, axe and mace, are all about positioning and attacking in a line.
All right, so I'm going to attack him here, and as you can see, like I just hit him. But if I can get this immob off of me, give me a second here. So
go for it. Go.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
I was going to say, the third hit is like a chain attack. So like when you hit them, it bounces, it checks for enemies behind your initial target, and it'll bounce to enemies behind it. So it's new tech that we have to basically like look behind for enemies. So if they're not lined up, the attack won't be that efficient. So you really want to line up and position yourself so you have like multiple enemies in front of you. When you're
I'm trying to find multiple enemies, but there's only 1 around right now. So
Sounds like I killed everything.
Here you go. Here's 2. Hang on.
You can try and drive.
By the way, dodge, stability on dodge, Revenant trait, just showing that off while we're at it.
Yeah, we'll mouse over the traits later.
So there you go. You saw that. You see how it's hitting both guys now. I need to pull one of them back a little bit. Hang on.
It's poison, which helps in a lot of scenarios where you want to prevent healing. Just adds another con.
Boom, there it is.
More damage.
It's a lot more pronounced because it actually has some range on it. Like it's a projectile that chains back probably like 300 units or something.
Yeah, it's about 450.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, so Mace Axe is all about condition damage. Since it's paired with Malik's, you should switch to Malik's.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Showing off those cool effects.
Yeah. So let's bounce over the Malik skills. Haha, you saw them all now. Okay, now we can talk about them.
Well, we should continue with Mace and Axe. Sure. So the 2 creates a fire field in a line. It's pretty thin. Does pulses, damage, and burning. The 3 is pretty crazy. It's a triple blast finisher skill, as you can see in a second. Basically, you leap at your foe and create this cascading blast finisher attack. So it'll be really good in places like World v World and PvP.
Yeah, here it is on its own, so you can just see it on its own. Boom, boom, boom.
Each one of those impacts is a blast finisher.
And they don't generally stack on each other, right? So you can maybe get 2 of them to trigger, but it's hard to get 3 of them.
Yeah, but it will help your allies who are out further from your character.
Yes.
The 4 is another directional attack for Axe. This is a mobility skill.
Frigid Blitz?
Yeah, Frigid Blitz. You throw the Axe, it pierces enemies, chilling them, and when it reaches your target, you'll basically catch the Axe and strike that foe. It's a mobility skill, kind of soft control with chill. Helps you get in position to use other skills in direction for your linear type
And you do
attacks.
need an enemy to use this skill.
Yeah.
For reference.
You're just killing them too fast.
There you go.
And then, why don't we show them the 5?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Okay. You slice your axe and cut a rift into the mist, and it's this unstable rift that collapses after a short time and pulls in all enemies towards the center of the rift.
This one looks amazing.
So we just used the 4, you can see.
Yeah,
Wow.
I used the 5, but there was just a lot going on.
Disappointing. I expected
There
more
it is.
John.
I feel let down.
Right. I missed them though,
But it's pretty close, so they have to be relatively close to the line, so there's a lot more to play with it.
You know what this was? This was a slap in the face.
One.
is what this was. I didn't get to see.
All right, hang on. I'll do it again.
Come on, John.
I'm immobilized. Hold on.
John, why?
There we go. Oh, God, he just ran away. No, I got him.
he did
I got
pull
him.
it.
I got him. But
Yeah,
if you guys
you
go
saw
back
that,
and
right?
rewind that in slow motion, you'll see that
Then
I
we'll
did, in
get to
fact,
see it.
finally
But it does
successfully pull
do
it off.
something new. It doesn't pull like towards to the character or anything. It'll pull the enemies to the closest point, like down the line. So
Yeah, so
basically,
if you imagine there's a
it'll-
line, and it's this way, like if the guys are here, they're going to all pull towards it, essentially lining them all up.
Yeah, which basically allows you to position all your other skills effectively.
You don't like my handy hand signals?
I demand that you do this every time I use this skill now.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing that's going to make me feel better about this.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a good view of it. Okay, and then Malik's.
So Malik's is all about conditions, but in a new way we haven't done with other professions before. It's all about condition manipulation, basically. So it's about managing how many conditions you have on your character, because the amount that you have on your character empowers. You missed again, John.
I know.
It
no one
empowers
said I
your other
wasn't terrible.
skills for Malik's. Yeah, see, Ruby's even making fun of you.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to do a 1v1
hoping.
deathmatch.
Yeah.
In hand signals,
Yeah.
I have one.
So Malik's is more on the darker side. It was obviously a crazy demonic gorilla type thing, and we try and put that feeling into the skills. They're a lot darker feeling and a little bit more physical. The heal heals you and heals more for every condition on you as well. As you can see, John has a trait that grants resistance, one of the new boons we're talking about.
Yeah.
Good thing. Why don't you talk about resistance, John?
Yeah. So resistance is a boon that while it is on... Oh, we just blew up the vine crawler. It's going to disappear now. While it's on
Congrats.
you, conditions stay on you, but they do not have their effect. So they won't... If you're crippled, you won't actually be slowed, but the cripple stays on you. So when the resistance falls off, you again become crippled, or crippled starts affecting you again.
Yeah.
It's essentially a different way to deal with conditions than just removing them.
Yeah, and it allows us to have a lot more play than just granting like complete immunity to conditions, because someone with boon removal can strip this boon from you, and you can still apply conditions to the target with resistance, so you can stack them up. As soon as resistance falls off, they'll all start being effective on them.
Yeah, and so next skill, Banish Enchantment. We took a lot of these names from the actual Malik's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, this is Banish Enchantment, and my mouse just moved away from it. Okay, so it's
got away.
a boon removal that, but we're talking about the kind of duality of some of these skills, actually, so that we can kind of...
Sure. Like this one, for example, uses the conditions on yourself to empower it. So the base functionality is you create this flux beam towards the target, stripping boons and applying confusion. But if you have more than a certain amount of conditions on your character, you'll actually apply bonus confusion to those targets.
Get to the chopper.
And since it is a flux beam attack, it will actually hit all targets within that beam. So you want to make sure, again, it's really reliant on positioning to maximize the effectiveness of it. You want to line up those enemies, use that beam, so you get that confusion and boon strip on all the enemies that you can. I mean, it's obviously still good versus a single enemy, but there's a lot of efficiency towards the class and a lot of play. So it has a good base functionality and will be strong at base, but then there's still a really high skill ceiling for it as well. Are you going to show off?
Yeah, I'm just
you're
showing
just showing off the wyvern.
I'm just showing off the wyvern
is
flying by in the
pretty cool.
background. Oh, there he goes.
That awesome fire breath.
Yeah.
Are you just afraid to fight the wyvern?
Yes.
So you don't want to go down there?
I'll go
you
down.
just
I'll
wait
get down there eventually. It's a long way though. It's a long fall.
Why
So
don't you use
let's
your
talk
glider?
let's talk about some of these other skills before I get in there.
Sure. Unyielding Anguish does something new which we haven't done before, which is shadow stepping enemies away from an area. As you can see, John leapt towards that target location, and when you land, you create this field that displaces enemies out of the field, which basically shadow steps them away from that point. It applies Torment when you land, and similar to the previous skill, when you have over a certain amount of conditions, it applies extra Torment as a bonus. Similar to Necromancer's Corruption skills, all Malik skills apply a condition to yourself each. so they all enhance the functionality of themselves. Why don't we show the next skill, which really plays key for this. Pain absorption. Basically, you pull in conditions from nearby allies to yourself, so it's a way to empower all your other skills and support your allies at the same time. It also grants you resistance, and resistance per condition pulled. So Malik's is all about keeping all these conditions on yourself and managing them to empower yourself. So resistance plays a big key into this stance because it allows you to basically keep all these conditions on you but manage them without having them overwhelm you by becoming too strong.
Yeah, and then the last one.
Well, you should use it to show off.
Oh yeah, this has a cool effect here.
As you can see, it pulls in all of them to you.
And that's actually the resistance effect that's spinning around me right there.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. Effects artists did an amazing job with all the effects for this. Our team in general just has been working really hard.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, and then the last skill, embrace the darkness.
Amazing. You basically turn into this demonic avatar form. It applies Torment to yourself and then pulses all conditions on you out to foes around you. So it's a way to take all these conditions you've been building up on your character and spread them out to foes. So it pulses every 3 seconds, basically for every condition on you. So you want to accumulate all these conditions, get in the middle of enemies, and use it to spread them back out.
And similar to the other one, like you can turn it off.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys are hearing this. We don't have audio, but like there's a lot of like Maliks and Jalis talking to you when you're using some of this stuff, which is really cool.
We're going to be adding more of it too, just to really enhance the feeling of those legends. Like you're invoking these legends, and they're like Maliks is whispering to you with demonic voices and things like that.
That's not creepy at all.
Yep.
So when the King Jalis voice actor was down there getting the battle cry recordings, it was probably one of the funniest voice actor sessions that we have ever recorded because it was literally 30 minutes of him just going, "Her, rah, rah," and we're sitting out there going, "So did you get the hairball, or do you need like the Heimlich, or are you all right? Or
yeah,
you
we have
down?"
stuff like that, like gutturals and noises that we're going to be adding in. So it's like as you're doing these big, large, impactful attacks, you'll be like hearing Jalis grunt and make noises and things like that.
Yeah, and it's just this one dude doing it for 30 minutes straight, and I have no idea how he had any voice left after he was finished.
They did an impressive job with the VO for it.
So since I popped up the trait panel and I saw people ask about it,
you have confirmed Half-Life 3 is what's happened.
I heard that too.
As in, there are 3 that we have built so far and are going to show in the demo. So these ones we're showing you. They are Corruption, Retribution, Invocation.
Yeah, Corruption deals with Maliks and conditions. Retribution is more tanky, aligned with Jalis, and Invocation is more about the profession mechanic itself.
Yeah, I'm just going to do this. We're not going to explain every trait, but I know people like this, so...
Yeah, it'd be a little bit long to go through.
Oh, it's a panel in a bad spot.
Okay.
Okay,
John.
Boom. There you go. Because I know people like to see traits, so here you go. Here's some traits. This way you don't have to like spend all your time mousing over them. This is the ones we built so far.
Just be ready to hit the pause button over and over again. When
just kidding. Should I not show them any of the...
I think you should show the Grandmasters, too.
Just going to mess with them.
Come on.
All right, I'll think about it. All right.
You're just teasing them now.
Yeah. Okay, so Retribution, like here you go. There's a bunch of really cool stuff. Let me find us like a really good one, Roy, that you're super excited about.
Like Close Quarters is pretty interesting trait for Jalis. So to promote like the brawler tanky feel, this trait basically makes it so enemies do less damage when they're further away from you. If they're greater than 600 range away from you, they deal 10% less damage. So it really promotes enemies to come in and fight you on your own terms as this brawler type character.
Yeah. This Invocation line is the one that's a lot about like the legend swapping and stuff. So you're going to see some really cool stuff in here. Like here, this is one that's summon a globe of mist around you when you spend energy. And then the second thing is like pull in and absorb all globes when you invoke a legend. So basically when you swap. The globes heal, and so what ends up happening is you can pull them in to heal yourself, and then invoking a legend is instantaneous and breaks stuns. So there's some nice, cool synergy there.
Yeah. We tried to create these rows of synergy where there's like multiple different builds that you can go with like each trait line.
All right, you want me to show off the Grandmasters?
I think they deserve it.
What do you think, Ruby? How many people do we get? Maybe if we get 13,000, we'll show off the Grandmasters.
You are mean.
How about 12,252? If we can get that, we'll show off
You
the
are
Grandmasters.
okay. One dude literally just went, wait, this class isn't even done.
Yeah. I just moused
John.
over one by.
Do it.
Oh, oops.
Oh, no.
I just moused over.
So-
the
Do it.
mistake.
Do it.
All right, maybe I should do the
Do
other
it.
ones then too.
Yeah, might as well.
Here you go.
Do it.
Okay, let's do the Grandmasters for Corruption too. Really?
So
Okay.
we have a lot more done for the
boom.
profession, but this is all that we're going to be showing in the PAX
Boom.
demo
Now
and
you
all
got
we're
it.
showing today. There'll be more info coming out at a later point with the other legends and weapon sets.
Well, there's
and
one more
showing
thing
them
that I
all.
think the Wyvern can show us, right? Which is the down skills.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I mean,
Oh,
you can maybe
I'm landing
solo
right behind
it.
him. Oh yeah, I got this.
Don't land in the
No,
fire,
I'm not
John.
going to target it because I don't want to show off stuff that I'm not supposed to show off. Oh God.
Oh, jeez. Right. Thank you.
Oh, I got this. I got it. Oh,
Come on,
yeah.
John.
Oh, look
Come
at
on.
that. Oops, what's that?
Oh, man.
Oh,
That
hey.
gust.
What's that? That's like a weird
That air
gust of
current.
wind or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know what it is,
It's
but
pretty cool.
it looked cool.
It helps you
you're
glide.
There we
terrible.
go. I'm taking some damage, so
Yeah, gotta use that heal. And you had conditions on yourself. So
yeah.
it helped.
All right, let me spread some conditions.
Oh,
No.
you're about to get knocked off again. John, this content's just way too hard for you.
Whoa, there we go. Way up here.
Why can't you solo that?
Dust it up.
Jeez.
John, you're supposed to show off the downstage.
I'm
you're
trying
not doing
to.
a
I
very
just
good job.
just so good that I can't die.
Maybe you should hit spacebar again.
Nope, I'm gonna run. Oh, this will do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you just skipped it.
little too low, little too far. Hang on. I promise that was totally intentional.
Planned.
Totally on purpose. Planned.
So planned.
Yeah, 100% planned. Don't worry. Okay, let's
Very
go take
nice
some
of
damage.
you
Oh,
to
he's
deliberately do all these
Go
things to
stand in
show
the
stuff
fire.
off.
Oh, I'm
Just
taking
for
damage.
reference,
Oops.
you guys should not do
do
what
not
John's
do
doing.
what I'm doing.
You
It's-
just healed. Wait, we're trying to show off the down skills, John.
There we go. I got it.
You just walked out of the fire, too.
It's
Fire,
okay.
the
I'm
fire,
dying
it's
slowly. Don't
burning
worry.
and it-
There we go. Okay, down skills. Since I'm going to die quickly here, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, they
That's
have bandage. This is
bandage,
a surprise.
yeah.
Okay.
The third skill pulls in energy, does increase damage as it gets closer. Why don't you use it really quick
Yeah.
so they can see?
Boom.
The two skill is a displacement skill that displaces enemies away from you. Kind of like the Malik's Unyielding Anguish, basically
Yeah.
used to push enemies away,
Enemy
prevent
shadow step.
stomping.
Yeah.
And the one applies slow, which is the
Ooh, I
reverse
just
of
moused over
quickness.
it in time so
Yeah,
that they can
just in
screen
time.
cap it.
So it's an auto attack projectile that applies slow. That makes it so, like in PvP, when players are stomping you, it takes longer for them to stomp you. You have more time to interrupt them or teammates to help you
Yeah.
as well. Those gusts
All
of
right.
wind are pretty
yeah.
cool.
Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Don't click on him.
So with
someone
this
says.
profession, each legend, since they're all very specific playstyles, we really made them into complete packages, which synergize really well together.
Well, look at
And
me.
since
See, I
these
dodged
are
that.
just
I dodged that wind
Yeah,
buff.
that's
See,
pretty
and then
pro.
this dodge gave me a stability, which he then knocked off.
and you died.
And I
didn't really help.
Yeah. Well, this is but much to your surprise. This is in fact this is a hard, pretty difficult boss. So about 5 people is what we think the
Yep.
typical group is. So,
Maybe 5 Johns.
yeah, 5 bad players like me should be able to fight this. That is the idea.
Yeah. But with future legends, basically they'll be designed and themed as packages of skills like these. So we'll offer more
Yeah.
different play styles.
And
as you'll see
future
in the
weapons
future.
too. These
Yeah.
are not all the weapons. These are not all the legends. And no, there are not just 3 trait lines. There will be more. So
Yeah, this is just the first look at the profession for you guys, and what you'll be seeing at PAX and Res if
yeah,
you're there
everything
playing the
that
demo.
we just showed you, especially this flashy legend swap effect, which is awesome, is going to be there. So, oh god,
Gotta watch out.
where is he? Where is he?
Why don't you
Helicopter.
show off the elite
Helicopter.
again? Because the pack is so awesome, John.
There he was. Oh, the elite. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do elite one more time.
Okay, so we could watch you burn to death a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Look at the front side with the eyes.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know,
it's
I
1
know.
o'clock.
I was
Justice.
looking at the glowy eyes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right.
Revenant.
That is the Revenant.
It's legendary.
It's not done. It's not done. And I saw on Reddit that we were like shipping next week. So I don't know why this isn't done.
When it's ready, there is no shipping
Soon,
yet
yeah.
for the Heart of Thorns Guild Wars 2 expansion.
But Reddit says. Why
It
aren't
must
you
be true.
finished?
I
Why aren't you
upvoted
done?
that too, so it's partly my fault.
Oh my gosh! Thanks, John. That's fantastic. If you could reach over and just like shove his chair, it's on wheels.
Go away, John.
That would be amazing.
Here, I'm going to fight the Wyvern with the blindfold. We got
Yeah.
this.
Oh, this, what can go wrong?
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing
you were
could-
already dying.
Nothing could
What could
possibly
go wrong?
I got it.
What could
okay,
go
where do
wrong?
I go,
That's a
Roy?
challenge.
Where is
God
it?
in
backwards,
heaven.
backwards. Go backwards.
Okay,
All
I
right.
got it.
And you're off the side.
What? I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I can't see anything that's happening, and I feel better. And now James is sad because I just ran that across my microphone. So we are not done with the Revenant, right? You guys have more
there's
stuff to
a
do.
lot more to come.
There
and
is
you'll see in
a
the
lot
future.
more to come.
Yeah, Roy, you got to get back to work.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
Roy, geez. So we have more legends, more weapons, and more skills for you guys to find out over time as we keep working on this. The PAX East demo is coming up at light speed.
Yeah.
At
So
PAX
close.
East.
PAX, it's at PAX East?
Yeah.
The PAX East demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be there
Yeah.
as well.
Rezzed. Yeah, John's
We'll
going to be there.
so you can harass me about my horrible
Yeah. You can come hang out
mouse
with us
Everything.
on
clicking
the
here.
show
Oh, I'm
floor.
using mouse click.
Rezzed is
skills.
coming, and our first closed beta is coming up super, super fast. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
thanks a lot.
actually really a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I think we all kind of knew it was going to be fun.
Yeah. We try and make things fun.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. We have PvP 101 coming up with our very first PvP map guide for PvE players. And we will see you guys very, very soon. Get back to work.